So Russia has stopped the Ukrainian grain deal. Well, that's going to affect all of us one way or another. So I'm going to talk to you about what's going on and why you should be stocking up on food right now when we come back. All right, so we have this whole situation where Russia has stopped the Ukrainian humanitarian grain deal. And we know that that could possibly bring some food shortage. So the goal of this is how not to panic, yet keep everybody in your family fed. Now, the question really isn't any longer whether food shortages or not are coming. It's mainstream news that they're probably going to be on their way. Just taking a trip to your local grocery or big box store still to this day will show you some shortages of certain products. And it's weird stuff too. I know in my local stores, sometimes it's like bread, sometimes the next week it's like canned tuna, just weird stuff that they're out of. So we already know the supply chain's pretty well damaged, and now we have this coming. So we need to start thinking about stocking up on food, and that's why I'm going to show you my freeze-dried wholesaler order and tell you a little bit about that. But I want to give you some information first, because for those of you that don't know, Russia had a deal with Ukraine to allow safe passage of food and grains through the Black Sea. Now, Russia said on Monday it was withdrawing from the wartime agreement to allow food exports until its demands to loosen sanctions on its own agricultural exports are met. So that kind of upends a deal that helps stabilize global food prices and alleviate shortages. And again, you're not buying this food only because it's going to be in short supply. You're buying it because this may be $28 today, and 2 months from now it might be $68. So I like to think of it as kind of food insurance, and we'll talk about that in a minute. This way you know for a fact you'll have food, and you don't have to worry about shortages and supply chains and rising prices. So Ukraine's one of the major exporters of wheat, corn, sunflower seeds, and vegetable oil, and that's why you see I have beef here too, because what does cattle graze on? Grain, wheat, those kind of things. So the suspension of this deal caused the Chicago wheat futures to surge more than 3% to $6.4 per bushel on Monday. Now, how long could this last? Well, we don't really know how long it will last. I'm sure our grandparents and great-grandparents were asking the same thing during the Depression of the 1930s. So as we've seen above, there's many factors contributing to what we're seeing in our grocery stores and the prices rising everywhere. The best thing you can do is prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And it's more important now than ever to lessen your reliance on the fragile food system. So before things start to go nuts, it's a good time to stock up and get what you want. And we also saw how easily a little tiny panic could clean its entire supplier out of things. During the pandemic, you couldn't get, he had some food, but he was still fairly new, freeze-dried wholesalers. Thrive was completely sold out for about 2 months. I couldn't even put in my regular order for 2 months. A lot of the other freeze-dried companies were, practically gone. So we really can see how quickly panic can set in and take everything off the shelves. And even if it doesn't clean out your store, what are you going to be paying? Much higher prices. So a good idea now to insulate yourself from hard times is to get stocked up on food. So I'm just going to show you my monthly order here. I did have a plan to do something different with this, and we are going to do it later in the month. But I'm just going to show you the order first, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff I picked up and why I picked it up. Now, a lot of you folks have been asking me for more vegetable options. And unfortunately, I stacked all the meat in front. But I did want to show you some of the things that you can get. This is a freeze-dry stir-fry blend. Yeah, I can say that 5 times fast. Pretty good stuff. This is really good. The freeze-dried eggplant. It's already grilled. You just hydrate it, heat it up, ready to go. We've got powdered milk. Not really a vegetarian thing, but it's powdered milk, and they do have it, and it's very handy. And that's going to be used in a up-and-coming recipe that I'm doing soon, so definitely check that out. Freeze-dried Monterey blend. This is a very popular vegetable option from him. This usually sells out first if you haven't seen it yet. We got some freeze-dried macaroni and cheese wedges. Not vegetables, but really, really good. Again, these need to be steamed. You can't just soak these in water and expect them not to become mush. So if you have a steamer, if you have a rice cooker with a basket, a steamer basket, that works really well with these. All right. So we got some vegetables here. We got some freeze-dried asparagus. That hydrates very, very quickly and is easy to use. Now I'm going to show you some other stuff. We went through the milk. I did get 2 of the freeze-dried ground beef. I actually like this stuff. It's really tasty. And one of the cool things about it is the fact that you can hydrate it so very easily and quickly and pretty much make anything with it. Burritos, tacos, whatever you want. You can mix it in with some rice if you just want a basic plain meal. You know, you got something. The freeze-dried beef fajita strips, we actually used these in a recipe. I think I have another bag over here somewhere. Yeah, I do. And I got a couple of these to stock up on. These are really, really good. Very easy to hydrate. Again, they're small little pieces. They hydrate very, very easily. Over here, some freeze-dried beef meatballs. If you guys have not tried these, try them. Now, I have a trick for these. We got a trick figured out for these guys. What I do is if I know I'm going to have, like, say, spaghetti and meatballs tomorrow night, I will take a bunch of these meatballs. I'll put them in. I don't know if you ever gotten soup from a Chinese restaurant. They give you that plastic container. We have bunches of those. You fill it up with water. You throw them in. You put a lid on it and let it sit on the shelf. Let it just sit right out. You'll come back in the morning and they'll be ready to go for the next day. So I like to do it overnight because these are kind of thick and they do take a while to hydrate, but just with water, cold water even, stick them in there, let them go. If they're not fully hydrated, you can use the freeze-dried wholesalers powdered tomato sauce. Make a nice sauce out of it. You can add your own touches to it, some basil, oregano, whatever, and then throw that in there and they will finish up really nice. These are really, really good. Never a fan of freeze-dried meatballs. Coming from an Italian home, it was like, this was blasphemy. But these are actually really, really good. I did get some of these. Now, these are interesting. And we'll probably feature a video making this stuff too. These are freeze-dried seasoned chicken strips. These are really interesting. They are not breaded. The breaded ones, I didn't have such good luck with, you know, the breaded chicken nuggets. I did steam them. They came out okay, but they were still kind of, you know, the breading was slipping off them and everything. It's kind of hard to do unless you have the kind of machinery that our military has for the boats where they use this on. And this is where most of this, you know, started. He started as a military contractor, making food for the military and for other people, and now he's selling to the public. So definitely a good idea to get yourself some food. Again, you can't afford freeze-dried. I understand that. Believe me. Maybe 15 years ago, I'd been in the same boat, you know. So get to the store, get yourself canned meats, canned vegetables, whatever you can get. Get them now before this stuff starts to affect us. The biggest things I noticed when the Russia-Ukraine conflict started, pasta was completely off the shelves, and bread was very expensive and hard to find. There wasn't as many options out there for bread. So just giving you a quick look here and see what's out there. You might want to start storing some stuff to make yourself some bread. So just giving you some options with freeze-dried wholesalers. I really trust them. I like their food. Their food is really, really good stuff. I've yet to have something that was bad from them. All right. I really can't say I've ever eaten something that I was like, ugh, I'd never order that again. All in all, good stuff. And my link will save you 15%. So if you're going to do a big stock up, okay, and you're going to try and load up on some food, just follow my link. It'll be right down below. Click that link, shop as you normally would, get to the end, and when you get to the end, you will see my discount. The prices on the website will be the same. And his prices have gone up. I'm not going to lie to you. His prices have gone up. You know, with things the way they are in the world, things are only going up. So get in on the stuff now. Get it. Get yourself some food. This is good for 25 years. Nice long shelf life. All packed away in these bags. When you open them, if you don't add another oxygen absorber to them, they're good for another year. Now, I've been doing this for about 2 years with him, and I can tell you that I've opened a few of these and put them in a bucket, you know, Rubbermaid totes type thing, and kind of forgot about them, and I've used them over 2 years, so I know they're okay. But my suggestion would be if you open these up, they do have Ziploc seals on the top. You cut them up top here, open the Ziploc seal. When you're done with it, toss an oxygen absorber in there and seal it back up. You'll get 5 more years of shelf life out of it after being opened. Anyway, folks, that's the video for today. I just wanted to make you aware of this situation. You know, right now, some people will probably see this video and go, oh, no, that's no big deal. Nothing's going to happen. But that's what we said before the pandemic, and the stores were emptied within a week. Some of you may or may not know that I do a low-power FM radio show with a friend of mine, and we happened to see each other the day before the panic hit. And we were laughing because we noticed all the toilet paper was gone. And I turned to him and I said, you watch, tomorrow all the canned food will be gone. Well, for some odd reason, we met in another grocery store the next day. And sure enough, people were buying this place out. The canned food was gone. The freezers were empty. You want to laugh. The funny thing was they left all the vegan stuff. Nobody wants that even when they're starving. I have a video that someone else shot of our Walmart here. And if I can ever find the guy, I'll get his permission to use it in one of our videos. But it was literally cleaned out. The freezers, the freezer bins were all empty. All the shelves were empty. And the only thing that was there was the vegan stuff. Anyway, that's the video for today. Don't forget to check out the link. All his stuff is back in stock. Some of it's still a little bit out of stock, but he is getting caught up. And as you can tell, I made this order, 4 days ago? And it's here already? So as you can tell, the stuff's coming in, back in stock. Definitely get yourself stored up on some food. However you do it, whether you do it with freeze-dried wholesalers or not, I'm not here to just sell you this stuff. I am here to warn you of what could be coming. And especially with this deal breaking down, unfortunately, we are such a global society now that we rely on a lot of wheat from Ukraine, a lot of the grains, and we saw how that affected prices last time. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Don't forget to check all our links. Our link down below for this, of course, will save you 15%. Just click on it, shop. When you get to the end, you'll see your discount when you get to the shopping cart when you're checking out. Our Amazon affiliate store down there, we have our stuff that we use in the channel. If you're not interested in anything that you want to buy from the store, just click the link, shop as you normally would. Doesn't cost you anything, and we really do appreciate when you do that. Our My Patriot Supply link, another excellent option for food storage, and lucky us, they got a 4-week kit that's on sale, 4-week food kit that's on sale for $80 off. So under $200, you can get 38 pounds of freeze-dried or dehydrated food for 25-year shelf life, 16 varieties, breakfast, lunches, dinners, snacks, everything. And you can get that for $80 off, under $200. Definitely a great deal. And don't forget our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store, another excellent purveyor of freeze-dried food. Lots of good, clean, healthy food there as well. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.